I'm an Olympic champion from the 1984 Olympics. I won 3 gold medals and a silver. I never had to compete against a trans athlete. I did have to compete against people who had an unfair advantage called East German women who were taking drugs that made them about 1% faster than we were, but nowhere near the 10% faster that male puberty gives an athlete. If I could talk to Lia Thomas, what I would tell her is what the other athletes have told me, which is they are appalled, distraught, sad to see their opportunities go away. I understand that you think it's great for you, but it's really not great for women's sports.
You were right there. You were in the water competing. What did you feel at the time?
Obviously, I felt it was extremely unfair. We had someone who swam 3 years on the men's side at UPenn, all of a sudden senior year, flipped to the women's side. And so to have developed, being a D1 male swimmer, it's so much, you have so much faster times as a male. And so to completely switch over after a year or two on testosterone suppression, it does not equate.
And you say that Lia was towering over the girls, and that's when you felt like you were competing against a male, not just a larger female.
Right, because it's not just height. Exactly like Layne said, there are tall females, no doubt about that. But when you look at things like, men have larger lungs, they have a larger heart, which is what pumps your oxygenated blood. They have no breast tissue. They have longer limbs, longer feet, bigger hands, all of these things that play a factor in what it takes to swim fast.
You tied with Lia for 5th, down to the 100th of a second, but you felt like that was not Lia's best race.
I think this is obviously speculation, but you don't have to be a scientist or even a swimmer to understand and see the difference. When Lia swam that race, I was out of breath. I was tired. You look over at Lia and it's not the same. And even watching it, you can see the difference between Thomas and myself and the other girls swimming. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. And even the race strategy, there's a lot of speculation there, but I believe, and lots of other girls believe, that Thomas wasn't trying as hard to kind of make a statement that yes, trans women can compete with females and not win every time.
Okay, so you think that Lia tanked it, didn't press hard?
I mean, there's a lot of speculation there, but I do think Lia could have gone faster because Lia had been faster several times in the year prior to that meet. That would have placed her higher in the rankings than 5th, so yes.
Let me ask you, Riley, when did you decide that you wanted to be a competitive swimmer?
So I've been swimming since I was 5 years old. I got competitive when I was 8 years old. So this meant that in 2nd grade, I was swimming 2 hours every single day. And then at the collegiate level, you're swimming 5.5 hours every single day. And 2.5 of those hours are before 8 a.m. So it's a huge time commitment and it's a lifelong sacrifice. And it's not just myself. I know all the girls on my team. We have 40 girls on my team at the University of Kentucky. And so, day in, day out, you have to show up, you have to give it your all. And to be competing with someone who has advantages that are undeniable and blatantly obvious, it's a slap in the face, and it takes us back 50 plus years.
Yeah, so did you feel like, having done all the work that you had done, did you feel like it was an unfair advantage? Do you feel like you got cheated in the end?
I mean, even being in that position, where you are competing against a biological male, yes, I feel cheated. I talked to so many girls there who feel cheated, just being there and having to do that, and not to mention, sharing a locker room space. There's so many different pieces of it that us as females had our rights completely taken away.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.